Hello, I'm Daniel, and I work for the Tea House in Covent Garden. Today, we're going to speak about Japanese teas. The Japanese probably first had contact with tea early in the 8th century, and the first tea seeds were probably planted in the year 806 by Buddhist monks that they had brought back from China when they had gone there to find out more information about Buddhism and visit different schools of Buddhism. Tea tend to spread with Buddhism. Seeing as monks use tea to stay tranquil and quiet and awake during long meditation sessions, while also it was praised for its medicinal properties, and they also sell tea for profit. Japanese teas tend to be quite vegetal because they tend to steam their teas. This is a process that was they invented during their period of being closed to the rest of the world between the 15th and 18th century. Sencha, the most popular and widespread Japanese tea. 80% of Japanese tea production is sencha. It means infused tea and it is steamed, meaning it's quite robust and vegetal in taste. And now, let's taste the tea. We have the Sencha Fuji here, which is a high-grade tea from the Shizuoka area in Japan. We start by putting some leaves into this little thing here. They're quite long and needle-like and very green. And then we insert the water, which has to be 70 to 80 degrees, because or else if it's hotter it will kill off the sweetness. So now the tea is brewed, we can get a taste of it. So we've got a beautiful cloudy brew and the very green leaves here. It smells quite green. It's like uncooked spinach, maybe, or celery, and it's got quite an algae-like smell. It's lovely. It's a bit bitter. It's a tiny bit nutty. It's reminiscent of seaweed actually, because let's not forget that no area in Japan, no tea garden in Japan is more than 75 miles away from the sea. So this ocean air comes to it and it iodizes the tea, and so it is quite seaweedy and nice. Bancha is a tea that is made using the leaves and stems from the late summer and early fall season, so in between the sencha seasons. And now let's brew the Bancha Arashiyama from the Arashiyama mountain in Kyoto. Its leaves look very similar to those of sencha, seeing as it comes from the same plant. And again, the water temperature has to be slightly low. And there we go. The leaves are again very green. And they smell amazing. So, again, this brew is quite cloudy, and this is an organic tea, so it hasn't got any pesticides in it as well. Lovely. It's soft and grassy. It is like a lighter version of a sencha, and it's got marine-like flavours added to it as well. Overall, it's a really nice tea to drink every day. Kukicha is a blend of stems, stalks and twigs. It is low in caffeine, slightly nutty, sweet and quite creamy. We do two versions. We do the green version and the toasted kukicha as well, and this one being more nutty than the other one. Hojicha is a roasted tea made of coarse leaves and stems late in the season. It is quite similar to our toasted kukicha, as both of them are roasted. Next, we're going to try the toasted kukicha. It looks quite brown, but remember that it is still a green tea, despite this colour. And now we're going to leave it for a bit to brew. So, we've got a reddish brown brew, but still remember that this is a green tea. Green tea refers to the way it is processed rather than the colour of the leaves or the brew. It smells very nutty. It's toasty, it's very, very toasty, nutty. Actually quite a lot of vanilla coming through, and a honey finish to it. It's really, really nice. Ginmaicha, the next tea. A blend of Japanese green tea and roasted rice. This tea is a nice companion to food, and its flavour is reminiscent of popcorn. It is a good tea to start out with in the world of green teas because it is not as bitter and quite sweet. There is also a version with matcha, giving it an extra kick. So the next tea we'll try will be the Ginmaicha, which is a Japanese bancha mixed with roasted rice. Sometimes rice pops, like corn does, giving you little bits here, like popcorn. And so the water comes on. As does the lid. So, as you can see, plenty of leaves with plenty of roasted rice. So, let's see what it tastes like. It's very sweet and toasty. The rice, the flavour of rice offsets and softens the bitterness of the bancha, even though there isn't that much anyway, giving it a soft mouthfeel. It's quite quite a velvety texture. It's reminiscent of popcorn or maybe even Rice Krispies, actually. This tea could go and does go really well with food, especially fish. Lovely. Gyokoro is considered by many to be the best Japanese green tea. It is highly rated by connoisseurs around the world, and its price reflects its quality. It is also one of the few Japanese teas that is hand-picked. The next tea we're going to try is the organic Gyokoro Kagoshima, Jade Dew. Gyokoro actually translates to Jade Dew in Japanese. These leaves are very, very, very dark. And let's pour the water over them. And the lid. So, what's special about Gyokoro is being shaded for the final stage of its production, meaning that it's got increased chlorophyll, giving it this green look, and a sweeter, softer, and more complex flavour than sencha. It's quite cloudy brew. It's quite like a vegetable broth, I would say. Algae, seaweed. But also quite sweet and full-bodied. It feels like cream kind of in your mouth. It's that kind of thickness. It's an absolutely amazing tea, and you can understand why it's worth its money. It's a bit expensive, but it's definitely worth it. Matcha is the tea that is most closely associated with Japan. It is used in the tea ceremony, and in Japan it's extremely popular as an ingredient in food as well, such as cakes, ice cream and lattes. There's even matcha toothpaste. Matcha is full of antioxidants, seeing as the whole leaf has been milled in stone mills, and it comes out as a powder that is then has to be whisked into a brew. Don't forget to watch our video on matcha for more information. I want to thank you for spending your time with us and watching this video. Please do come and visit us in our shop in Covent Garden or online at theteahouseltd.com. Thank you.